Hey guys, I'm Jay.
I'm Marissa.
And we're Wicked Hiiigh.
That was good.
All right, so hey.
Hey, Jules.
It's wild. It's our first time doing
Wicked
this.
Hiiigh. Wicked Hiiigh.
All right, okay. This is just gonna be our little About Me episode. For those that don't know us, I'm Julie.
Marissa.
We don't want last names, or do we?
No.
No?
I don't want to be Googled.
Okay, no last names.
Share, like,
Okay,
yeah,
So, Jules.
share Madonna.
So, Jules, where are you from?
Boston.
Whereabouts?
More specifically, the Woo. Shout out.
Is that Worcester?
Yeah.
Worcester.
Worcester. You know? Worcester. Second biggest city in New England.
Is it?
Yeah, after Boston.
Yeah, but nobody goes there unless you're driving through.
Where are you from, Marissa?
I was born in New York, but raised in New Hampshire. About 45 minutes north of Boston.
New Hampshire.
Closer to Boston than you.
Ah, depends on the traffic, you know what I'm saying?
Nope, definitely still closer.
Oh, shoot. Boom.
Knock
Oops.
yourself out.
Okay, so
So now we're both
Now-
in San Diego.
Yes.
I'm living in PB, Pacific Beach, where all the transplants end up. Where are you at?
I'm in Golden Hill, G Hill, for all my woo hoes back home. G Hill, yeah.
All your what?
My woo hoes. Think my Worcester hoes. Like my homies.
She's got hoes.
My hoes and my homies.
In different area codes. All
Okay,
right.
so next. So yes, we're both in San Diego, and we met pretty serendipitously through during quarantine life in the queue. We met on an app called Clubhouse, RIP Clubhouse, and then we became best friends.
Yeah, that's true. Cheers to that. with
Cheers
our
to that.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee and weed.
Yep. Stay hydrated.
But yeah, it was really cool after we met because we connected pretty quickly, like just on the cannabis tip, and then started conversing out. I think you LinkedIn me.
I was so creepy. I LinkedIn her. Oh my god.
It was a little creepy, but she was cool. And then we did a trip right off the bat. I think we hung out twice and then went to Palm Springs together. And we did a working trip where we rented a really dope house, smoked a shit ton of weed, drank some wine, and just hung out with our dogs. It was pretty dope.
Yep.
We went to a cannabis networking dinner, and then we went to one of your clients' houses.
Yeah.
You got the first Fortune cover for cannabis. So
Yeah.
shout out to Jules.
Smokable hemp.
She likes
Thank
to be
you.
humble, which we respect, but that was Julie that got that
That
first
was
cover. That's a huge move. So
The
congratulations.
peak of my career.
No, it's not. You have big things ahead. Big things ahead.
Yeah, but that was great, and that was what kind of like parlayed me, I feel like, into the cannabis industry a lot more. All right,
yeah.
I have a good parlay.
Okay, do it.
Okay, so I work in media, but my Fortune cover rap was what kind of got me more into the cannabis side of things. How did you get into cannabis?
That was going
though?
to be my question for you. What is the connection to legal cannabis? So I come from New England, as you do, and definitely have some legacy ties to New England cannabis. Jules,
Let's talk about the first time we smoked cannabis.
when's the first time you got high? How old were you? And what was like or give me the situation?
Yeah, I'm going to put you in the setting. Okay, so I was 12 years old.
12, damn.
Yeah, 12 years old, and my best friend, still my best friend, Harry, growing up, been best friends since we were 3. We smoked, and our friend who is older than us, I don't even know his fucking name, but we smoked in his backyard with our other friend Alex, and then we went to Pizza Hut, and then I had to go to a family cookout, and it was the worst experience of my life.
I feel that.
It was awful. It was the first time I really got high, and I was like, oh my god. And then, yeah,
And
ever
so
since.
you got high the first time. Because there's this
No.
legend or urban myth or whatever it is that you don't get high the first time you...
I didn't get high the
smoke.
first time.
Okay.
But-
So I just asked you when was the first
Because
time
I
you
don't
got
count
high.
that.
Okay, so tell us both.
Okay.
I love it. That's what makes Julie Julie. Like, I want to hear both.
Yeah, so the
She's
first,
like, well, that was the first time I actually got high. So
Yeah.
that's what counts. Makes sense. I understand.
yeah,
what
you
you're
know what I
doing.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first time I smoked, we were, oh my God, it was freezing. It was like below 0 degrees. I was still 12, but it was below 0 degrees.
Wait, you weren't 13?
No,
Obviously.
Okay, anyway, so
That's why
we went outside into the freezing cold of winter in Worcester in a parking lot.
Worcester.
And we had made a bowl out of we had taken out the ink in a pen and we were just using the clear plastic part of the pen with a cap. And we'd put foil on the top. And so I remember lighting it and watching this massive fireball of weed just shoot up the pen and into my throat. And I choked and died. And I said I was never going to smoke again because I thought I'd burned the back of my throat totally all the way through. And I was miserable and I wasn't high at all. And that was the first time.
Okay, I'm glad we circled
Yeah.
all the way around to the truth. And now we can go back to the fun one.
The time I got high.
Yes,
Yeah,
the time you actually felt high.
Yeah. And I loved the Pizza Hut pizza, so you know it was fucking ripped.
I still love Pizza Hut pizza. It's a guilty pleasure.
Domino's over Pizza Hut.
Fuck that.
Oh God. All right. So when's the first time? So did you not get high the first time you smoked?
No, I actually did. I got
Okay.
high the first time I smoked. I think that I was 14. It was 8th grade, so whatever that is, 13, 14.
Yeah,
I'm
13.
pretty sure I was, that age, 8th grade. And we had walked to a friend's house after school. I think there was like 5 of us maybe. And this kid like brings out a couple joints and we end up smoking. And I did. I got high. And then my mom was picking me up and bringing me to soccer practice. And yes, and it was miserable because I had.
Why did you think you should do it
I'd
before
never
soccer?
smoked. I didn't know, and I thought like I had enough time. I did not have enough time, so I like when my mom picks me up and I'm like sitting in the front seat, like, oh, this is the worst. And she stops at the grocery store, which was called Shaw's back there, and
Oh,
she
yeah, I know
leaves.
Shaw's. Shout out
And you know how
Shaw's.
time can be like a super mind trip. Well, it's the first time I was high, and time was weird, and I
God.
ended up convincing myself that my mother knew I was high and was going into the store to call the cops on me to arrest me for being high.
No, when you had a panic attack?
No, I just sat there. I mean,
Dude.
yeah, so that was kind of crazy. And then I told people on the soccer team, and they snitched on me, and I got kicked off the soccer team. So that was fun.
Wow.
That was the beginning of like, you know,
never
lifestyle.
snitch. Rule number 1.
no, snitches.
Never
stitches.
snitch.
All right.
Do you know if you look at the elbow every single time, you'll never miss?
This is what. I'm also a lefty, so it's easy for me, but I gotta do
All
it
right,
this
now
time.
just look at the elbow, okay? Never miss.
Oh, my own elbow?
Yeah,
Or
no,
yours?
you look at mine, I look at yours. You never miss. What'd I say?
You're right. Okay.
Yeah. All right,
That was a fun little intermission. No, but for real. So
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we've established that we have cannabis history, cannabis ties. My job is cannabis. You have cannabis clients. I'm untying my shoes. You're ashing. Makes sense.
we're a disaster.
But
Okay.
on a serious note, so on a positive level, like how does cannabis enhance your life, or what
Yeah.
does it do for you?
Yeah, so I love to be social, but I cannot drink. I can't handle my alcohol, unfortunately.
We know.
So the older I got, the more I realized that if I smoke, it like alleviates that social anxiety, and it also like lets me party with my friends without getting absolutely wasted. And then if I feel like anxious about other things in life too, I'm a super OCD kind of person. I'll literally be up all night if I'm not smoking, because I will just like be thinking about a million things at once and I cannot get my brain to shut off. So it's
Yeah.
the only way for
I
me to
feel that.
really like shut down and kind of chill.
So it sounds like to me you use cannabis in a way that a lot of people use alcohol, to be social, to alleviate some anxiety, to be able to open up and be a little more open.
And I feel like it's not a destructive habit, so it's better than like tearing my body apart from drinking, because I get so like physically
feel that.
ill, you know?
I feel that.
And I think it opens my mind to like a lot of conversations and just topics that I might not talk about.
I mean,
in
facts
general.
we know at this point, even though it's been a different marketing campaign for the last however many years, or smear campaign, or whatever you want to say, but I mean, at this point, it's pretty socially accepted that cannabis is a lot less detrimental to your physical and mental health than alcohol.
Yeah.
So.
And then what about you?
Well, my next question was, what is your preferred method of consumption? You're smoking a joint now, but what would you, if you could be consuming any way that you'd like, what would it be?
Oh yeah, so I'm a blunt girl at heart. I love my blunts. And we already smoked the ones I rolled, otherwise we would be smoking them right now. We don't have any UGC blunts, do we?
Nah, not on me.
I told you to bring some. We were gonna.
My bad.
Were we not on the same call? Apparently not.
She's yelling at our director and videographer, photographer, but that's okay. This is what a podcast does.
All right, next time he'll bring them because he has to. I really thought it was very clear, but it's fine. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I like blunts, but I also felt like I was destroying my lungs just facing blunts. So I
like blunts.
I eventually transitioned to cartridges more for sure now. That's kind of like my preferred method because I can just take a few hits. It gets me really high. If I smoke a blunt, I almost have to smoke the whole thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
How much do you smoke a day? Like if you were going to quantify in like grams?
In grams, like just regular flour?
Yeah.
How much do I smoke a day? At least, on average, probably like 2 grams.
2 grams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Depends. All right, now let's hear how you use weed. How does cannabis fit into your life?
Well, as you know, it's my career, but it also it's a passion, right? Like it's a plant, it's a female plant, tons of healing energy.
I've asked like 10 times.
You know that I used to host the room with Zach Tahini, like Plants Over Pills, and we would talk about cannabis and big pharma, and we had tons of guests on, Antonio Harvey, and tons of different people coming on and talking about the medicinal benefits of cannabis, particularly either in conjunction with or over the use of opioids or pharmaceuticals. Yeah. So that's a huge, huge passion of mine. And I like to get high. I smoke every day, but I do it at times where I don't have to be super social or function very well because it makes me very quiet.
Right. Which is so funny, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm very outgoing and talkative, and so then I become very quiet and just an observer when I'm high, which is why I have to stop getting high while we're doing this. Because I'm just going to sit in the corner.
Yeah, and I'm going to, sorry,
I
can
stop.
smoke
I'm already
so much. It's crazy how much I can smoke. But it's also like I'm at the point in my life where, I mean, for the most part, it's like I can afford it. Like it's not illegal anymore. I'm not like just like going to fucking sketchy ass places and getting stuff I don't know. And I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, like if I drank, I would get nice alcohol. So I'm like,
totally. I'm
not going to like deprive myself of it.
Absolutely. I think that I smoke an average of like,
every day.
2.5 to 1/8 a day.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't realize you smoked so much because I feel like you don't smoke as much as me when we're together.
Well, because my smoking is very concise. So I smoke in the morning, like when I wake up, go back to bed a little bit. And and then before my walk, and then I don't smoke again until after work and after I'm done with everything. But from the point I'm done, I'm smoking the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can smoke and function really well in social situations. I can't. So it happens at home and in bed a lot.
I can't really work. Like, I can network, but I can't do office work when I'm high.
Oh, and math, forget it.
Yeah, so if I'm like doing my day job, which is like media stuff, and I'm just like working in Excel documents, like there's no way. I will literally have no clue what I'm looking at.
But to be fair, that's us, and everybody is different. And there are a lot of people that it actually helps them focus.
Yeah.
It helps like them dial into the task at hand and what they need to be doing. So it's super interesting how.
I used to have a friend when we graduated college. He would face a blunt every morning before he would go to work at a financial institution. And then he would smoke a blunt at lunch because his office was like 2 blocks from his house. So he would just go home and he would go and do like these crazy fucking financial plans for like all these major companies. But he was just like, I don't know. It's like, it's the only way I can focus. I'm like, you're insane. I don't get it. But some people, it's just how they function.
Yeah, and you smoke a lot.
Yeah. On this episode of You're Not Ganja Believe This, we're going to talk about the most important things to look for when you go into the dispensary. All right, so what should people look for when they go into a dispensary? THC content.
Okay, so
strain.
Yeah, so a lot of people are going into dispensaries or looking for THC only because they feel like that is going to give them the effect that they want the most, or they're getting like the most bang for their buck.
Okay.
Not at all true. Even if you're going to compare it to alcohol, like if you're going to go have a fun night out with your friends, you're not going into the liquor store and asking the guy at the counter, give me the strongest alcohol proof. And that's going to determine your night. I mean, you might end up dead or in jail and not remembering it. But when it comes to cannabis, we've just developed this culture, and there are many, many factors into how we ended up in this culture of THC content, determining how worthy a product is. And really, we need to get away from that. We need to be focusing way more on other cannabinoids, but in particular terpenes. We need to start having more of a conversation. Like, keep a little journal and start writing down the top 3-4 terpenes in everything you're consuming. And then write down, well, what was that effect? Did it make me anxious? Did it make me sleepy? Did it calm me down? Did it lessen my anxiety? Like, what did it heighten my anxiety? And then you can start to kind of deduce, okay, well, limonene keeps coming up every time I'm agitated. So maybe that's a terpene that doesn't really interact with my system the way that, for the results that I'm looking for. So it's super interesting because at some point we're still pretty far out, but we're getting much, much closer. You're going to be able to figure out specific terpenes and what their effects on your body will be. So if you need a shot of energy, which we used to just say sativa, you could go look for a particular terpene that will give you energy. On the flip side, you could find something where we used to say indica. You find the terpene that can calm you down, can ease your anxiety, and then you can really get into the medicinal benefits much, much deeper. Quite a bit away from that, but these conversations are helping that happen.
This is the science shit that we're going to deep dive into. So, this next segment that we're going to do is called J's with Jay. And we're going to smoke a pre-roll. Generally, we'll have a guest on and we'll kind of smoke their brand and we'll review their brand because we only smoke products we love, just saying. And we don't have a guest here today. Obviously, it's our first episode. So we're going to smoke a Garden Society.
These are actually one of my favorites. It's a hash-infused rosette is what they call them. They're little, the slang in the industry is a dog walker. Basically, it's less than a gram. I think this looks like less than a half a gram.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah, this is 2 grams total and there are 4. So this is, but they call it a dog walker because it's just enough to smoke while you're walking your dog and then go back inside.
Oh, I like that.
But these are pretty gangster. I had the first one ever at Hall of Flowers in Santa Rosa a couple months ago, and I was shocked. I smoked this and was lit, and I was lit for a bit. So I'm excited to see what you think.
Fun. Okay. Now
I'll let you.
Yep, need to light it. Okay.
These are really, really strong, so we should share. I mean, we would anyway, but at least I find them strong, and especially after the amount that we've consumed.
Yeah, it's not like hurting my throat though, which is nice.
No, this is so smooth.
Yeah.
And the hash is so well done. We definitely need to get someone on here.
The filter's good.
This is a women-owned brand too.
Is it?
Women-owned and women-run. And look at the resin line.
Ooh, I love it. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty looking pre-roll.
Yeah, and it tastes good. It's smooth.
And the packaging's really pretty.
Packaging's pretty. The only drawback on the packaging
I wish they told me more about it.
Is like, I don't think any man would ever buy that.
Let's ask our videographer.
Yes, I heard you said videographer.
You're the director.
You're our assistant,
oh.
and what would you think of this? Would you buy this?
Oh
or
no, he went from intern to director.
Quick. I move up fast. What the fuck is a rosette?
Hash infused mini pre-rolls. All right, I'm done. I love you.